Hey, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Majestic Lamb. Welcome to a gameplay commentary here. Today, I'm going to be talking about the Rainbow Six Siege closed beta. This is my gameplay impressions of it, and I know this is a beta, but these are just my personal opinions on the actual gameplay itself, and kind of what I thought of the closed beta so far. Now let's get started here. And one thing I definitely thought was the gameplay was a little bit boring. Not really boring, let me explain myself a little bit here, but I really spent a little bit more time actually in the lobby than I did playing the game. The rounds were very quick, but the lobby, it took at least 1 to 2 minutes, not 1 to 2 minutes, but it's about 2 minutes, to be honest, in the lobby. And then the rounds would go by very quickly. It seemed like I was spending more time in the lobby than I actually was in the actual game, which was a little kind of boring to me because the lobby's cool and all, but I want to actually spend some more time in the game. But it seemed like there wasn't a lot of action because all the ones actually defending, all the ones that they defend the objective, they were spending all in one typical area. So if I go to the roof and I want to go through the top, my teammate's going to go into the bottom. If they're on the top, then I'm going to get annihilated. But if they're on the bottom, I'm going to see no action. So it really just kind of made it a little bit boring that there's always going to be 2 to 3 players that are not going to see too much action in most of very, very quick rounds. But, I really didn't like that too much, and the lobby time was just tremendously long. It felt like forever. After each round, I just felt like getting off. It wasn't even worth playing to me. One thing I did like though, I did like the gun variety that they had. There was a lot of variety in the weapons that they had for us to select from. Of course, they had lots of classes also. Definitely like those machine guns, there was shotguns, assault rifles, submachine guns. There was a lot of gun variety. I really did like that. One thing I also liked that it was very revolved around teamwork, and I like that it was revolved around teamwork. I like this type of game. Really needs some good teamwork. I really did enjoy that. One thing I didn't like though was that if you weren't actually on a team, if you weren't on with a couple of friends or something, then the game was actually kind of boring because your one teammate would just rush in, find them, shoot at least 1 to 2 of them, die. It seemed like it was just all kind of just to see who could get to the enemies first, and it got kind of boring. I mean, it's kind of too team based in a way that if you are going in solo queuing, then it really doesn't make too much sense. It's kind of boring. There's nobody to talk with. Nobody really uses the mic when you play most of the time. It get kind of boring, and that's one thing I really didn't like too much, was that it was boring unless you were playing with a couple of friends. Now, that's pretty much how almost every game is, where if you don't play with a couple of friends, it's kind of boring. But, I don't get bored when I play Counter-Strike or Call of Duty or something like that. But when I play Rainbow Six Siege and I didn't have a friend on, it got kind of boring. But in terms of the actual gameplay, I played about 7 or 8 games. The first game was the only fun game I actually had. I feel that it was boring in terms of lobby times were pretty long, quick rounds. But one of the best things was just putting a blast charge on the wall and blowing up the wall, putting some C4 on the wall and blowing up that wall. Like, I put some C4 in a room. It was in the room where the objective was. I heard him come in for the window, and my teammate was actually on the other side of the wall. Like the picture of C4, a wall, to my teammate. I blew it up. I team killed them, but I also got the other guy. So I guess I traded his death for a kill almost. But it's stuff like that. That was actually pretty fun to play in, stuff like that. Just to see what you can come up with for a strategy. Where you play stuff, where you don't play stuff is pretty fun. Climbing up the side of the wall to the roof was also, that was also pretty fun. It seemed like a lot of what you could do, a lot of the stuff that you actually could do in the game was pretty fun. But without, some teamwork or some friends on it, got kind of boring. There was really not that much of a point. But one thing I really did like the preparation time, which what this was is each team would have about 40 seconds. The attacking team would get these little drones, and they'd be able to drive them around and try and find the objective. Then the defending team would kind of put up billboards and whatnot, kind of just board everything up, make sure, put down C4, put down barbed wire, put down stuff like that, traps and whatnot for the attackers to fall into. I thought that was pretty fun. It was pretty interesting to see what kind of people would place things, and once again, where you place things, where you put things, stuff like that, to see and also if you did not find the objective when you were attacking, it was pretty interesting, to be honest. That was a little interesting trying to find it, going throughout the entire house and realizing it was in the last spot you actually checked, which is a little suckish. On the gameplay, I'm a little bit torn between 50-50 right now. It was kind of boring, the lobby time was really just killed the entire mood of the game. Well, once I actually got in the game, it was somewhat fun and interesting, but I did die pretty quickly. It took not that many shots to actually die. That was kind of a little boring in my way. But, what 3 major issues that I did find in the game, now I know this is a closed beta, I know this is actually a beta, but this is 2 months before release. So these were 3 major issues that I actually found. One issue was the matchmaking. The matchmaking took a little long. Now, I know that not lots of people got into the closed beta, and now once people actually openly buy the game, matchmaking will be a little bit better, but that's not what I'm referring to. I'm referring to that most of my games I actually played were more of a 5v4, 5v3, 4v3, because one thing that happened is that I get 5 people in a lobby, and then we'd be searching to find another 5 people. That's how it kind of matchmaking worked. What happened is that I'd be in a lobby, then right before we found another match, 2 people would leave, and then it'd be instantly a 3v5, the game would start, and it would be outbalanced. Now I have played in games where people have 1 3v5s and whatnot, because it all comes down to how much teamwork you have. But initially, it wasn't really fair in the beginning, especially if you're attacking, because you instantly lose if you're attacking, because they have 2 extra players defending, so it's kind of annoying. The second major issue that I found was the connectivity to the actual servers. The internet connections to the servers was absolute crap. Everybody was getting 60 to 70 ping, which isn't very high, but I constantly found myself lagging back through walls and whatnot, or through doorways, which is pretty annoying, and it was, not the best. I didn't really see anybody with low ping, so it's obviously happening to everybody, and was obviously a global issue when it came to the game itself. But the connectivity to the servers was a little rough around the edges, but for beta, that's expected. But I'm just hoping that that is somewhat fixed for the main game when it comes out December 1st. And the third major issue that I found was the optimization of the game. Now, I know this is a beta, but 2 months before release, I shouldn't be walking through a room, then instantly my FPS drops from 144 to 28, and skyrockets back up to 144. Now, it definitely was not my computer, because it was happening to everybody that I played with. When mine happened, it would be like, oh, everybody in the lobby would be like, well, what the heck was that? It definitely happened to everybody. I had all my settings on low. Everything was on low. I was getting 144 FPS, and I was going good, and then it would just randomly freeze and whatnot. I actually tried recording gameplay of the actual game, but that did not work out so well, because every once in a while it would kind of mess up the recordings and whatnot for like a 2-minute straight period, which was pretty annoying. So I really couldn't get any good recordings of the game. But yeah, that was just my impressions of the game. There's good and bad right now. It's like 2 months before release. So, definitely have a lot of time to fix these issues, especially the 3 major issues that I found. But, I've got my expectations high, because this is a Tom Clancy Rainbow Six Siege game. So I definitely am going to be buying this no matter what. Even if the gameplay was pretty bad, I might not buy it, but this was not that bad. It's stuff that you can deal with. Hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay commentary. Comment, like, and subscribe. Go down below and check out a couple of my other videos, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye.